So what we're going to do is we're going to head on over to check out Lomachenko versus Nakatani highlights. And Lomachenko looked really good. Like, way better than I thought he was going to look. Like, shine. Like, you know? Here, let's listen. First, let's start here. Let's listen to what Lomachenko had to say. And then we'll watch some highlights.
Vasiliy Lomachenko. Loma, you are back. What were you most happy about in terms of your performance tonight?
Что тебя больше всего порадовало? Почему ты счастлив по поводу своего? Как ты сейчас показал?
Я очень рад, потому что я вернулся с победой, я закончил поединок, я сделал то, что было поставлено моей командой, моей стратегией было выстроено. Мы это сделали, достигли. Я победил, и я снова в строю.
I'm happy because I won. All the strategies which we developed with my team. I reached all my goals. I reached everything. So I won, and now I'm back on track.
Natalia Manyuk with the translation. In terms of what you came here to do, you said you wanted Masayoshi Nakatani because you wanted to prove something. What did you prove tonight?
Значит, ты им говорил, что ты хочешь что-то доказать. Скажи, что ты им сегодня доказал?
Я думаю, все видели, я доказал, что реванш нужно сделать снова и отбоксировать с Лопесом. Давай сделаем это.
Sorry, скажи мне еще раз. Что все видели?
Все видели, как я победил, и все видели, и все хотят и ждут реванш, поэтому давайте организуем реванш.
Okay, so everybody saw me, everybody saw how I won, and everybody has been waiting for the rematch. So let's make a rematch.
I spoke with Teofimo Lopez, who was here, the father, and he said the only condition is that it happened next after the Cambosos mandatory. How do you feel hearing that Teofimo Lopez will give you a rematch?
Значит, ну ты понял, да, там был отец, и как бы там поставил условия. Как ты чувствуешь себя по этому поводу, если тебе...
Yeah, I understand. He has a fight in the future with Cambosos, but after, how about after? Maybe next year, maybe the beginning of the year, December, January, February. I'm waiting.
You didn't know if they would be willing to give you a shot. You gave him an opportunity. You said, I want my opportunity to get my belts back. How do you feel now that you know that they are willing to give you that shot?
Ну, ты понял, да, что, значит, они тебе... Как ты чувствуешь себя по поводу того, что они все-таки готовы дать тебе этот шанс, чтобы ты сбросил вот еще вот этот матч? То есть как ты себя чувствуешь, что они хотят, они готовы тебе дать эту возможность?
Конечно, я рад ему, если они готовы, если они готовы после своего поединка провести реванш. Это то, что мне нужно, то, что мы хотим, то, что хотят все фаны бокса.
Of course, I'm happy about it if they're ready to give me a rematch after all that I've done. So after this fight, yes, of course, I am happy about this opportunity.
Now, Masayoshi Nakatani, we knew how strong he was. We knew how big.
Here, let's stop right there halfway through and go watch a little bit of the highlights from the fight. Because as I said, he did a lot better than I thought he was going to do. You know, if you didn't get a chance to watch the fight, this is one of those type of Lomachenko performances or a fighter's performance that you should go back and watch, even if it is in hindsight, because what you're going to see is you've never seen Loma this aggressive. I've covered and watched every single Lomachenko fight on YouTube. You never see him like this. Like, he went out there, you know, like really trying to make a statement. And you never, you know, see Lomachenko just fully beat somebody up like this. And I did make a mistake early, and I forgot how bent out of shape people get about these fighters when I said Lomachenko don't really go to the body. I meant lately, not like that anymore, meaning that he didn't against Teofimo. And also, what is with all this? What about this? Did you ever hear of something called whataboutism that's been going around? It's been happening a lot in politics. You know, one side does something, and like, well, what about such and such? They did this. What about such and such? That happens a lot in boxing, especially I'm starting to see it more and more, you know, in my videos. Well, remember, such and such was injured, but what about such and such? He was injured too. Like, yo, so you mean to tell me I have to, in all my videos, I have to go through every single, you know, like, what the fuck? Like, y'all old. Like, y'all old enough for us not to have to go through this. So, yes, Lomachenko was injured when they fought. Yes, Teofimo Lopez had surgery too. Why do we have to keep, like, you know, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm a little untethered. It's late. I get like this late at night. Back to the highlights. Please take your time out. I'm T Street Controversy with FightFeed360.com. Please subscribe.
And that angle sends him back and down. Knockdown scored by Loma. He was accurate and busy early. Right hand scored well. Nakatani was hurt. Then he was hurt again in the 7th. And then in the 9th, it was an absolute beatdown. How is Nakatani standing up to this? Too tough for his own good. Lomachenko, bodywork, sweeping left hand. It is over. Loma is back. Vintage form. Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Yo, he beat that Japanese dude up. Like, he beat the shit out of them, man. Like, you never see Lomachenko go that hard. You know, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Also, you must take into account that, funny enough, ironically enough, Teofimo Lopez last fight was against Lomachenko. And Lomachenko is back, and Teofimo Lopez isn't. Teofimo Lopez is over in Italy right now. Here, let's go back to listen to the interview from Loma, the post-fight interview.
How were you able to break him down the way you were?
Значит, Масайоши Накатани, мы знаем, какой он большой парень, высокий, насколько он сильный. Как тебе удалось его все-таки остановить? Ну, как бы его
У нас была стратегия работать вторым номером, потому что его рост, его длина рук не позволяла бы мне действовать первым. Я должен был действовать на контратаке, ну и то, что у меня успешно получалось.
Yeah, so we had the strategy to be second. So because of his height, because of his arm length, I couldn't be first. So the strategy was to counter punch, to counter attack. So it wasn't the first.
Vasiliy, we've seen fighters lose control when they get cut. It happened early in the fight. How were you able to deal with that cut that happened so early?
I wanted to say big thank you, Rasander, my cutman. It was a very...
Don't come in here calling my chat idiot. This James S. guy says, all you saying Tank versus Loma are idiots. LOL, Tank ain't going back to 135 anytime soon. Shaking my head. Hey, jackass. He fights at 135. What is wrong with you tonight? That's why I don't read the chat. Because y'all on some crazy shit. From now on, y'all, that's why I listen. I'm about to start only listening to super chats, for real.
Good job from his side.
Like the other LDBC chat.
And he helped me won this fight.
He did, but it was also your skill. You told us in the fighter meeting, my skill, my boxing IQ. You said in that loss, you gained something. You don't know how to lose.
Coming here,
You've lost
at my
3
chat.
fights in a total of 410 total. They always make you better. How were you better tonight? So you don't know how to lose.
Значит, ты вообще не знаешь, как проигрывать. Ты только из 4-10 боев проиграл только 3. То есть, и как ты тогда сегодня себя чувствуешь? Ты все равно себя чувствуешь лучше. То есть, ты опять победил.
Конечно, я чувствую себя очень хорошо, я очень счастлив. Я счастлив, потому что я выполнил задачу своего отца, поставленную задачу. И ту стратегию, которая была выстроена, я ее придерживался, и она принесла нам победу. Поэтому я, безусловно, рад.
Of course, I am happy. I'm happy because the strategy that we developed, it brought us the victory. So I was keeping the strategy. I was following my strategy that my father developed and me developed. So and I reached my goal. I am happy about it.
The left shoulder. After the United fight, you had surgery. Coming into the Teofimo Lopez fight, you needed surgery and you got surgery. How did it feel to be back in that ring at 100%?
Сегодня было все хорошо, не было никаких проблем, потому что, в принципе, мне сложно было работать первым номером. Я работал всегда вторым, и я был все время сфокусирован и сконцентрирован на своей атаке, поэтому я контролировал практически всегда свое плечо и не давал ему резких движений.
today everything was just fine because he knows that I've always had trouble to be first, and I've had to have a strategy to be second. So, but I was focused. I was focused on my counter punches. I was focused on my performance, and I kept everything under control. So everything is just perfect.
You wanted to make a statement tonight with a victory like you accomplished against Nakatani. What is your message to Teofimo Lopez?
Hey, please win your fight and make happen a revanche.
Thank you very much. Obviously, Teofimo Lopez wants the rematch. No doubt, Vasiliy.
I'm guessing that ESPN and Top Rank must have put in together to keep Teofimo on board with Top Rank and to amend his contract. Because the way they were talking tonight on ESPN, and I'm going to pull up the broadcast here, not the whole thing, but some clips. The way they were talking on the broadcast is like Teofimo versus Loma 2 is done. So does that mean that Terrence Crawford is going to take on Josh Taylor? If it's not going to be Teofimo versus Josh Taylor for double undisputed, even though they'll be only fighting for the 140 for the most part? Let's listen to the interview with Bob Arum, Teofimo Sr., who's there right now, and you have to think that they flew him out there for a reason. And they're talking about, I think it's done, or it's going to be done. Like, I think they already talked about this shit behind the scenes. I think that ESPN and Top Rank threw the money at Teofimo. That's what I think is happening.
Bob, the lightweight division is hot. You've got a man who's got 3 of the belts, and there's a reason that Lomachenko wanted Nakatani tonight. What did you think of Vasiliy's performance?
I just thought, the one thing I've learned promoting Lomachenko is he never wants an easy fight. He wants the toughest fights ever they can give him, and Nakatani filled that bill. He fought a good fight with Lopez, and then you saw the Verdeo fight was incredible. So this was a really good performance, and now as the promoter
he did renegotiate his contract. Now, of course, we'll never really know the details, but something's going on there because the way they were talking about it, and normally a broadcaster wouldn't be talking about it in the detail that they were talking about it unless they know something. Trust me, I've been seeing this shit for years. That fight, I think that fight behind the scenes is done.
2 great lightweights, Teofimo and Lomachenko. It's my job and duty to bring them together for the fight that everybody wants to see. And it's going to be a massive, massive international fight. I'm fielding offers now from different places in the world, and these guys are going to. There'll be a winner and there'll be a loser, but there'll be 2 rich guys when the thing's over.
So we'll get our passports ready for that long-anticipated rematch. Now, I spoke with Teofimo, his father, and he said they were willing to make this fight. I know that there was no rematch clause, and that was much talked about why there wasn't, and Lomachenko just didn't care for it at that time. But nonetheless, he reserved the right to say no to the fight. How do you feel about his father saying they are willing to make this fight?
I know they are, because when he signed his new contract with Top Rank at my house before he came down with COVID, he said, yeah, no problem. It's a question of being compensated, and that's the job of the promoter. And I'll
hold up. No, y'all just heard that, right? Y'all just heard that? Y'all just heard that shit? Since we're at the end of the show, and I'm going to do more in detail in about another stream in 12 hours or so, process this. We're going to run it back, process this, what Bob Arum is saying. Teofimo Lopez was supposed to take on George Kambosos on June the 5th. Process what's going on here. What was it? Was it June the 5th? I forgot the date, but process what's going on right here. Run it back. Please take your time out. Like the video. Hey, what's how many likes we got on this video? Because y'all don't... Oh, all right. Nice amount of likes. Thank you. Please like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. But process this shit right here. And we're going to start.
Feel about his father saying they are willing to make this fight?
I know they are, because when he signed his new contract with Top Rank at my house before he came down with COVID, he said, yeah, no problem. It's a question of being compensated, and that's the job of the promoter, and I'll get them both well compensated, and we'll do this fight, because based on his performance tonight, it will be a really different kind of fight. But I can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see it. And there's Teofimo. Teofimo, come here, man. Hey.
How you doing?
A man making business.
Yeah, he made you a lot of money tonight, because that fight when we get it done, which we will,
yes,
it's going to be huge, huge.
Amazing. And you know what? I wasn't thinking about Lomachenko in the past, but after this performance, I think that the public wants to see this fight. I think that I could convince my son to fight him again. I think that
they already met at Bob Arum house and signed the contract. You just heard Bob Arum spill the beans. And then Teofimo comes down with COVID, and now he's in Italy.
after Cambosos, it could be made. It's going to be the biggest fight in the world, and we can make it happen in December in the Madison Square Garden, like we always do, My son's record in the Madison Square Garden is 6-0 with 6 knockouts. You already know that. So, for the Heisman Awards. So why can't we make it happen there, But I got to talk to him.
You're a real man, and your son's a real man, and I hope he's getting better.
Oh, no,
COVID.
He's 100% out of trouble.
That's good news.
I didn't know I was muted. My bad. We're gonna fix that out. I was saying that I'm happy that go ahead, put it in the chat that I'm muted. I was saying that I'm happy that the fight is happening. All right? They told us everything. They just told us everything. They told us all the details without telling us. So, we're gonna leave it at that. I know I'm on mute. Yeah. All right. But all right, I'm gonna get up out of here. We're going to see you in about 12 hours or so. I'm just going to kick back on the couch, watch some crime shows or something. T-Street Damage predicted is already done behind closed door. I think Loma beats him in the rematch. Oh, yeah, I made it so the super chat pops up early. So, yeah, we're going to get up out of here, guys. Thank you, Yusuf Salaya. I fixed it, man. Why y'all yelling at me and shit and cussing at me? I fixed it, Andy. Shit, get up my back. This is a one-man show here. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you guys. I'm going to be working with the WBC starting on July the 1st. Something major's in the pipeline. Something major. I know he just made you a rich man. Like, they already made the deal. They already made the deal. They ain't fooling nobody. So this is what we're going to go do.
It's day. To this day.
Oh, I already read that one.
To this day.
Yusuf Silla donated $5 to T Street. Till this day. Till this day. Bomb Squad. Oh yes. Till this day. Till this day. Street Amos just predicted it was already done behind closed doors. I think Loma beats him in the rematch. Your thoughts, T Street?
He went into, Bob Arum said they met in a secret meeting at Bob Arum's house and signed the contract. Teofimo said no problem. I don't know about the rematch, though. I'm not ready to predict that right now. I'm not ready to predict Teo versus Loma 2. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. But after this performance from Lomachenko tonight, I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of here. T-Street Controversy. FightView360.com. Please subscribe.